Welcome, everyone. Okay. Welcome, everyone, to Courage to Caregivers Monday night. This is May 24th. I'll go ahead and read the virtual programming privacy pledge that you have signed. For the confidentiality of all participants, I agree to the group expectations as outlined below and agree that I will be the only one in the room when I participate in Courage to Caregivers virtual learning communities for breathing meditation classes and support groups. I understand I must end my participation in the meeting if someone enters the private space that I am in. And so, having said that, once again, welcome everybody. I invite you to find your comforts for this evening. Perhaps a blanket or a pillow for your head when we rest at the very end of our practice. Perhaps some aromatherapy in the form of essential oils, maybe some natural hand lotion or a candle. Could even be an orange that you slice open and enjoy as a snack during your practice today, and also to fill your space with some wonderful aromatherapy. And then, as always, music. That is your choice. We have a Courage to Caregivers Spotify playlist that you can use, or a playlist of your own, or even silence if that is what you are craving right now. And so I'll give you a moment to gather those things. I want you to also remember that we are a place here of interconnectedness. We are with you on your journey. You're never alone. And we hope that you find this little community as a place of support. And so if you've had a chance to gather those comforts, we'll go ahead and get started. So tonight is a recap week. This is when we take the time to briefly go over the things that we've learned over the past month. The theme for this month was growth mindset. It's so interesting that our topic of growth this month coincides with the emergence of spring and soon to be summer in nature. There is new growth all around us. You can't help but notice it. You can see the color blast with your eyes, and you can smell all the fresh smells of spring going on here. The trees, the flowers, the abundance of sun-filled blue sky days, and even the sweetness of warmth on your skin as it gets warmer outside. So we feel a resurgence of energy, right? And possibility, especially on the heels of this very difficult past year. We are coming out of our houses again. We're seeing people, and a lot of times we're seeing those masks being lifted, and so we can actually see faces and smiles once again. We're taking longer walks, we're gardening and getting our hands into the earth. Riding bikes again, maybe even grabbing a picnic lunch outside with a friend. So, just like the spring, we are also growing and emerging. In the first week, we looked at thinking in extremes, that all or nothing mindset, either or, good or bad, my way or the highway. And we learned that when we think in this way, we are so polarized on one side or the other that we can't find middle ground. And we've learned in our breathing and meditation practice that the middle is a good and grounded place to be. Finding that balance, that middle place, helps restore homeostasis in the body, which then brings us to a place of well being and harmony in mind, body, and spirit. In the second week, we explored happiness and laughter, and we even tried a little bit of laughter yoga. We know that laughter is the best medicine, and laughter actually generates a chemical change in the body that occurs when we just let loose and laugh. Laughing also reduces pain, strengthens the immune system, and can invigorate and energize the brain. And if you don't feel like laughing, and often there's times that we don't feel like laughing, you can fake it till you make it, because the body does not recognize real laughter and fake laughter. I learned that this month in our exploration here. I never knew that, but I think it's so interesting. So for those times that you don't feel like laughing, if you do laugh, even if it's fake, it still helps you in the body, helps to relax you. In the third week, we discussed staying curious and the idea that we are all born with a sense of wonder and a desire to know and understand the world around us. We learned that this curiosity often diminishes as we get older because we get bogged down with responsibilities and stress. And then it becomes more difficult to find the time or have the energy to do the things that we're interested in. But as we expand more and more into our breathing and meditation practice, using meditation, breath work, and mindful movement, we know we can sharpen our curiosity. When we get curious about the breath and explore how it changes when we change up our breathing techniques, we just open up all those possibilities. Same with movement. When the breath changes depending on how the body moves, we learn more and more about noticing what's going on in the body, what's going on with our emotions. And when we notice, we become more fully engaged in what is going on inside of us in the present moment. And so, through noticing and staying curious, we keep the pathway to exploration open and inviting. And that's a good thing. So let's get ready to explore a little bit of breath work right now. I invite you to get real comfortable in your chairs there. Just take a moment to feel that connection between the floor and the soles of the feet, and then the connection of your body on the chair, those sitting bones in the chair beneath you. And then the space above you, that infinite space where all possibility lies. So just take a moment to feel that connectedness, and then roll the shoulders up to the ears and let them settle softly back down again. Coming into a nice, tall, straight spine. Maybe feeling that lift through the crown of the head that will allow you to lengthen the spine. And then I'd like you to envision that you're holding a flower in your hand. Could be the right hand or the left hand, but holding a flower in front of you. Maybe your favorite flower. My favorite flower of the spring are lilacs. So I'm envisioning that I'm holding a bunch of lilacs in front of me here. And I'd like you to, either with open eyes or closed eyes, your choice, take a nice inhale in of your flower and then let out the breath. Breathing in that glorious scent of your flower and letting it back out again. And just take a couple rounds of this flower breath, as it is called, breathing in to inhale and breathing out to exhale. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And when you breathe in, fill every cell of your body with that beautiful scent of your special flower. Appreciating that scent with every cell of your body. And thinking about, as you breathe in and out, the journey of a flower. What journey does the flower take? The flower begins as a little seed. And then that seed is cultivated by water and soil and air and sunshine. And that little seed grows a stem coming out of the earth. And from the stem becomes a little bud. And from the bud blossoms into a beautiful flower. Breathing in and breathing out with a breathing in and breathing out. And so you can compare the journey of a flower to your own journey, your own growth journey through fits and starts, through stumbles and successes, times of falling in failure, and times of getting right back up again and being strong and soaring like an eagle. Just feeling that happiness that your own growth brings. Feeling that in your body. And continuing this gentle manner of breathing like a flower, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. As you do, I will read our affirmations for tonight's practice. Open and curious, growth and learning are great fun. I am in a season of growth. I am in a season of growth. And as that flower breathing feels complete, I invite you to open your eyes for just a moment, and we're going to focus on the alternate nostril breathing that we did throughout this month. If you remember, you bring your hands to your face and then make the peace sign with the middle finger and the index finger. Take the peace fingers and fold them into your palm so that the only fingers that remain are the thumb, the ring finger, and the pinky finger. We're going to utilize the ring finger and the pinky finger only. And I'll start you out. We're going to close off the left nostril. Breathe in through the right. Close the right. Exhale through the left. Inhale left. Close left and exhale right. Now that is one round of alternate nostril breathing. We have learned this month that alternate nostril breathing is a wonderful way to slow down the breath and come into a more relaxed state. We also learned that alternate nostril breathing links the right and left hemispheres of the brain. And anytime you do that, you open up those neural pathways to all kinds of possibilities. So this is a very good breathing technique to try. And so I'm going to do this again with you for a couple of rounds, and then you can do it on your own for a little while. So starting again, closing off the left, inhaling right, closing right, exhaling left, inhaling left, closing left, exhaling right, closing right, inhaling left, closing the left, exhaling right, inhaling right, closing right, and exhaling left. And I'm going to let you do this for a couple of rounds on your own to the rhythm and pace that is comfortable for you. And as you do this, just feel this reset as the breath becomes slower and more deeper. Just feel in your body that conscious reset from going from a stressful feeling, from a stressful vibration into a much deeper and more relaxed, renewed, and restored state of being throughout the mind and the body. So just continue on your own. And as that begins to feel complete, you can go ahead and place your hands on your lap, come to stillness. Maybe roll those shoulders up to the ears one more time and let them settle back down. Good. I hope everybody felt a little bit of a shift as you were doing this tonight. It's now time to begin a little mindful movement. So we will start that with some head and neck and shoulder relaxation postures to kind of get a little tension out of that area. I know that at the end of the day, we all might feel a little tight in those places. So just to start some things now, we're going to take those shoulders once again up to the ears and then roll them back down the back and then forward again, up to the ears and then back down. And while you're doing this, you can also move your hands forward towards your knees and back as the shoulders come back down and around. Just adding a little mindful movement in all those tight areas tonight. Good. And then changing directions when you are ready, coming forward with the shoulders up and forward, and then back down and around again. Good. Tight places. Okay, and then just bring the right hand to the crown of the head, just to the top of the head. And no forcing, no giant push here, just a little bit of a hinge to the right. Just have the head move slightly to the right, very gentle, not forcing. And feel that opening of the whole left side of the neck here with some gentle, gentle pressure. And just breathe into any tightness that may be occurring there. Just breathe some happiness into that space. Good. And then release, coming back to center, taking the left hand to the crown of the head, nice and easy, and then hinging to the left side, opening up the whole right side of the neck. Just breathing into that space. Good. Good, and then just do that 2 more times on each side. And becoming aware of what it feels like to gently ease into a posture without forcing. And what would that feel like if you forced your neck into a particular place right now? It might not feel good. So we realize those boundaries and we realize the extremes of maybe forcing things or doing too much on one side or the other, and how we want to find that balance, that middle ground. Good. And when that feels complete, just take a very easy side to side with the neck, inhaling through center and then exhaling as you look over each shoulder, slowly and mindfully. No stress, no struggle. Good. And then coming back to center, we're going to inhale and look up towards the sky, and then exhale and take your head as if you were on a clockwise journey here. So just very mindfully rolling over to one side as if you were kind of exploring the numerals on a clock face, going from clockwise right to left, and then all the way back up to that 12 o'clock hour. And just taking this nice and slow, not forcing, not hurrying. And if your neck is tight, making your circles smaller so that you're not putting any stress or strain in those areas. And when it feels complete, just going in the opposite direction and see if that changes anything. Be curious about any changes that you feel when you go in the opposite direction here. Good. And then meet me in a neutral position. Just want you to close your eyes for a moment and just experience what it feels like to be seated on your chair right now. Just notice any changes that you are feeling in the body. Maybe notice what's going on in the room around you, how the air feels on your skin. Notice any sounds. Maybe you feel the air moving. If you have a fan on, or you can feel your air conditioner on, or maybe you have a slight breeze coming in the window there. Not putting any commands on your body at this time, just kind of what it feels like to be seated here right now. And now we're going to come into a seated mountain posture. So let's get everything engaged here. We're going to once again connect with the floor beneath you, the soles of your feet on the floor, the consciousness of your sitting bones on the seat, rolling the shoulders up to your ears and kind of placing them back so that you feel that connection of the shoulder blades in the middle there, the lift through the crown of the head, the engagement of the quad muscles at the front of the thighs, and your arms out alongside you, palms facing forward. So palms facing forward, arms alongside you, and feeling just that engagement of your muscles now. And being curious about how it feels different when our body is engaged in movement. Even in stillness, in mountain pose, your muscles are engaged. So just noticing the difference between sitting in a relaxed manner, as you were a moment ago, and then sitting in a mountain pose here, seated mountain, and what that feels like in your body. Staying curious, just noticing. Good. And as you have taken note of that, I'm going to do a few sun breaths. Sun breaths are the beginning of the sun salutations in yoga. So we're going to do that right now seated. Just inhaling in, lifting the arms up overhead, pressing the palms together, and then bringing them to your heart center. Good. Once again, inhaling in, take your gaze up to the sky, and then bring your hands to heart center, exhaling here, following through with the movement. Inhaling in, lifting up, and exhaling, bringing hands to the heart. Inhaling in, lifting the hands to the sun, and exhaling through the heart. Good. And let's try that again, but this time, when we bring the hands to heart center, set an intention for your practice tonight. So, as you know, an intention is a positive affirmation. It can be a word, peace, calm, relax, or it can be a number of words. I am at peace, I am relaxed. Or it can be an intention for someone or something outside of your space, just someone that you want to send your positive energy to. So let's do that now. Inhaling, lifting up, and exhaling, hands to heart, and take a moment to set an intention and breathe into that positive affirmation or intention. Good. And with that intention in mind, lifting up once again, inhaling to lift up the arms, and exhaling to bring hands to heart center. Once again, inhaling, lifting all the way up, And exhaling, hands to heart. Last time, inhaling, lifting, arms go up, and exhaling to the heart. And now close your eyes and just take a moment to notice what it felt like to do the sun breath without an intention and what it felt like to do one with an intention. You may not notice any difference, but you might. And so this is what we mean by being curious and just noticing. Good. Okay. So now we are finished with our mindful movement. I invite you to take a moment or two to find some comforts for this evening's deep rest. We're going to do a good old-fashioned yoga nidra tonight, a body scan, and a restful time on your mat, either in your chair or in your mat. And we're going to do the one that we did last week for those of you that were with me on Monday night, which is the guided meditation along with kind of a curiosity in our body scan. So hopefully that will allow you to rest deeply. So take a few minutes to find your comforts. Blanket, a pillow for your head, maybe some aromatherapy. Maybe you're going to lower your lights a little bit. Whatever you need to make yourself more comfortable in this present moment. Just take some time to prepare yourself for rest. And if you are seated in your chair, just closing the eyes, feeling all your connections, the feet, your seat, and the space above you, the infinite. And if you're lying down on your back, placing your arms at your sides or resting them on your belly or your chest, whatever is most comfortable. And also bringing your eyes to a close or a soft gaze. So for today's meditation, it will be similar to the previous body scans, but this time really focusing on developing curiosity. Really getting curious about what you're feeling in each different part of the body. And if there's no feeling, just allowing space for there to be no feeling. And starting as we usually do, taking some deep breaths in and a deep breath out. Breathing in deeply and breathing out slowly, releasing all tension from the body. Breathing in and breathing out. Relaxing and sinking, allowing yourself to come to a place of stillness, feeling the weight of the gravity pulling you down into the support of the earth beneath you. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. So we're going to start this body scan at the crown of the head, bringing your attention to the crown. That's the area on top of the scalp, and just rest it there for a while. Notice what sensations you might be feeling there, what you feel or experience. What do you notice? Is there any tingling or vibration? If you feel nothing there, just make space for that feeling of nothing. There's no need to force anything at all. And slowly let your awareness drip down the top of your forehead, feeling your way as you go down towards the eyebrows and moving with curiosity towards the eye sockets. And now resting your attention on the eyes. If there is tension there, you can soften it, or you can just make space for that tension. There's no need to change it, but just to get curious about what it feels like. What do the eyes feel like in this moment? And now moving your awareness down the nose and the cheeks, feeling the outside of the cheeks and the inside of the cheeks. Becoming aware of the teeth and your tongue. Becoming aware of your jaw. There's nothing you need to do, but just feel this awareness in the body. Cultivating and strengthening this body awareness, slowly moving your attention down as if it were honey dripping down your body. So moving down the neck, feeling the upper neck and the lower neck, down towards the right shoulder. Feeling the muscles of the deltoid on the right shoulder. As your awareness slowly moves into the right arm, feeling the right bicep and the right tricep. Moving your awareness through the right elbow, the right wrist, and resting your attention in the right hand. Perhaps feeling the palm and the back of the hand. Perhaps feeling each finger one by one, the thumb and all the fingers. And then slowly withdrawing that awareness from the right hand and the right arm as you travel up and over to the other side to the left shoulder. Feeling into the muscles of the left shoulder. Moving down into the left bicep and the left tricep to the left elbow, the left forearm, and the left wrist. And then bringing that full, complete attention into the left hand and the palm of the left hand and the back of the left hand. What is the experience of feeling into your left hand? Letting go of words and just experiencing directly the physical sensations. Slowly withdrawing your attention from the hands and the left arm and moving back up to the center of your chest, feeling the area of the solar plexus and the sternum. Noticing any subtle rising and falling. Notice any expansion and contraction of the rib cage. And moving down, feeling the abdomen. Noticing how your belly moves with the in and out of the breath. Feeling the breath softening. And moving down through the pelvis. Feeling both thighs at the same time. The quadriceps, the hamstrings, and the hips, moving down through both knees. Again, just staying curious, connected to your own body. moving down to the tops of the shins and feeling the calves, feeling into both ankles, and resting your attention in the soles of the feet. Again, just being curious. Bringing your mind into your body down to the soles of the feet, and rest your attention there. Now moving your attention from the soles of the feet and traveling back up towards the center of the body, becoming aware again of the solar plexus where your heart rests. Your heart, your heart, your beautiful, generous, caregiving heart, the heart that gives to so many people in your care throughout your day, for all the goodness that is in your heart, for your strength, for your resilience, for everything you do on behalf of others each and every day. Just allow your attention to rest in the heart as you rest. Allow yourself to drift off with the rising and falling of your breath. Rest, rest, rest well, rest well. Very gently and very slowly begin to bring your awareness back, maybe inviting in a little movement, wiggling fingers and toes, maybe rocking a little bit from side to side, gathering your knees into your chest, or taking a nice full body stretch, whatever you're craving at this moment. And taking your time to roll to one side, perhaps making a little pillow for your head with your elbow. And just stay there tonight. Instead of coming to seated, I'm going to read a little closing meditation as you are right there in your quiet sanctuary. And you can just keep your eyes closed and listen to these very mindful words from Pema Chodron. And she says, instead of making others right or wrong, or bottling up right and wrong in ourselves, there's a middle way, a very powerful middle way. Could we have no agenda when we walk into a room with another person, not know what to say, not make that person wrong or right? Could we see, hear, feel other people as they really are? It is powerful to practice this way. True communication can happen only in that open space. And so if you'd like to press yourself back up into a seated position at this present moment, I hope everybody feels a little bit more reset and relaxed and renewed and restored tonight after just kind of taking it down a notch or two. And I hope the rest of your week is glorious. Let's bring our arms up into the air, pressing palms together, and then bringing hands to heart center. As always, the light in me honors and recognizes the light in each and every one of you. And we share that acknowledgement by saying namaste.